Today, the Baiji is widely regarded as functionally extinct. For most of its history, the Baiji had been a familiar part of the Yangtze River. It ranged through the middle and lower reaches of the river, surfacing in channels, lakes, and tributaries that had supported the species for countless generations. Then, within the span of a human lifetime, it became difficult to find. By the second half of the 20th century, sightings were becoming less common. Where the Baiji had once been scattered across a vast river system, only small and increasingly isolated groups were thought to remain. The decline was now visible. As concern grew, protection efforts began. Hunting was banned. The species received legal protection. Scientists proposed reserves, captive breeding programs, and the transfer of surviving animals into safer semi-natural habitats connected to the river. One of the most ambitious ideas was to move surviving Baiji into protected semi-natural waters away from the busiest shipping lanes and most dangerous fishing zones. Oxbow lakes connected to the Yangtze were considered potential refuges, places where remnant populations might recover under protection. Attempts were made, but time was running out. The Taina-Zhou Oxbow Nature Reserve was first proposed in 1988 as a sanctuary for Baiji, but plans that may have helped decades earlier now faced a harsher reality. Too few animals could be found. Too little time remained. Now each search covered a river that was longer, louder, busier, and more altered than ever before. One Baiji, an adult, later named Chi-Chi, was rescued after becoming entangled in fishing gear in 1980. He was the Baiji seen in photographs, the Baiji filmed at close range, the only Baiji most of the world would ever know. But he could not save the lineage alone. Individuals were difficult to locate, difficult to capture safely, and too few remained to establish a secure breeding population. When Chi-Chi died in 2002, one of the last certain living Baiji was gone. In 2006, an international expedition surveyed the Yangtze intensively across the species' historic range, searching for any surviving Baiji. None were found. There was no dramatic final moment, no confirmed last individual witnessed in the wild, no single day on which the species clearly ended, only a survey returning empty. Today, the Baiji is widely regarded as functionally extinct. In conservation terms, that means the line between survival and disappearance has already been crossed. Even if one or two animals remain, there may be too few to recover, too isolated to breed, too late to rebuild the population.